So excited today to have Parisalexa here on Audio Oasis on KEXP. She'll be performing songs from her latest EP, Bloom, and an extra one. Parisalexa on KEXP.
My life different since the day I found peace. And flowers, dandelions, poppies blooming all around me. Feels like I'm not confined to limitations like space and time. I've been expanding my bandwidth to something immeasurable. Take nothing for granted and watch your life become pleasurable. Like it's it for me, never been this free. Wanna know what I've been doing lately, lately. I've been dancing in the garden of truth. All the flowers are dancing with me, dancing with me. So high from life, I ain't never ever gonna come down. Never ever wanna come with down. Me now? Are you with me now? See, lately life's been feeling like a movie. I've been bubbling like jacuzzis. I'm not trying to front, but now I do what I want like Lil Uzi. You do you and I'ma do me. I've been turning over new leaves. I'm so high up in the sky, you think that I just rode a doobie, but my drug of choice is peace. I'm so at ease, I'm trying to spread this feeling from the floor to ceiling like disease. Something crazy epidemic. Happiness is living in me, just like a tenant. And I bet that if you let it in, then you'll be feeling what I'm feeling. It's amazing feeling. Like if you blink, you'll miss, now you're convinced it can't be real. You rub your eyes and pinch yourself, but nothing not your try will help. I know because I did the same thing. Only thing that's working is dancing in this garden of truth. All the flowers are dancing with me. We're so high from life, I ain't never ever gonna come down. Are you with me now? Tell me, are you with me now, baby? I just gotta know, can you tell me, tell me? Tell me, are you with me now? Can you tell me, baby? Are you with me now? Tell me, are you with me now? Can you tell me, baby? Are you with me now? Are you with me now?
Parisalexa live on KEXP.
Oh, da 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 da. Yeah, it's okay to admit it when you need a little help. You can't make it on your own. You can't do it by yourself. Said it's okay to admit it. So what you gonna say when I admit it? So what you gonna say when I admit it? Yeah. What you gonna say? It's okay to admit it when you need a little help. You can't make it on your own. You can't do it by yourself. Say it's okay to admit it. So what you gonna say when I admit it? Are you gonna give it? Are you gonna wanna me? Can't you see my falling leaves? I feel like I'm wilting. Don't just start something and leave, 'cause your love is what I need. I've never been good at photosynthesis. I'm really trying to grow on my own, on my own. I'm really trying to grow on my own, on my own. I'm really trying to grow on my own, but I need it, baby. So are you gonna water me? Can't you see my falling leaves? I feel like I'm wilting. Don't just start something and leave, 'cause your love is what I need. I've never been good at photosynthesis. I'm really trying to grow on my own. I'm really trying to grow on my own. I'm really trying to grow, but I need it, baby. But I need it, baby. Yeah, I need it, baby. Are you gonna water me, baby? Are you gonna water me, baby? Are you gonna water me, baby? Are you gonna water me?
You're listening to live music by Parisalexa here on Audio Oasis on KEXP. And I just want to acknowledge that the last song that you sang, Water Me, is not on the new EP, Bloom, but the first one that you did, Gardens, is. Yeah. So do you think that if you weren't, doing this singing career, this artist career, that maybe you would become a botanist because of all
the right?
Yeah.
Don't you think so? I mean,
yeah, I love it. Like even the words, the lyrics in this last song, I'm like, yeah, yeah. And I know that your mom talked to you about gardens and stuff. So that's where a lot of this comes from.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just like, maybe
she definitely planted that seed.
Yeah. So maybe in your next life, in your next calling, or you could do it now. Yeah.
I know. I might.
So I really loved reading about you and finding out about you. You just have this career that is just really, really great, and you're on such an awesome path. And what I really liked a lot was talking about or reading about the records that your parents would play for you. Mm-hmm. And I thought maybe you could talk about that, the records that were played for you when you were young, the jazz, R&B, and pop records.
Yeah, although my parents both are relatively tone deaf, they have a really unique love and deep appreciation for music. They met at a jazz festival. They got engaged at a jazz festival. They love music, and they really helped me with the foundation of music, the classics, Miles Davis, as far as jazz, but Hall & Oates, Luther Vandross, Anita Baker, Patrice Rushen, really, really a broad spectrum. But they have a deep appreciation of music, and they really instilled that in me. And
you were humming as a baby.
Yes, yeah.
I think that's
my mom said
really
that.
Cool.
I don't know if she was exaggerating though. She could have said because my mom's dramatic as well, but she could have probably just said that. But
it's probably true.
I mean, maybe. I hope so, though.
Yeah, cool. I think that's cool, too. And so there's this story about how you were gifted a Boss RC505 looping station. Mm-hmm. I don't know what you're using now. What are you using now?
This is it, yeah.
Oh, okay. Is it the same one?
Yeah, same one.
Really? Okay.
Same old.
So there's a cool story about how you went on a month-long trip to Denmark, mm-hmm. and you had this looping station, but it was a gift that you got from your aunt.
Yes.
And you didn't want it. You wanted cash instead, but you got this looping station, and then you decided to take it on the trip with you. Yeah. Why did you decide to take it on the trip?
Because I took the trip in August, but my birthday was in July, and she gave it to me early, so I had it early July. And I was just at the time I didn't know what I knew. I didn't know what I didn't know. And, but I was I'm meaning to open it, but I was and I'm a very lazy person, so I was And so I don't know, but I took it with me, and I think it was after I saw a video of a girl on YouTube named Kawehi. She does similar to what I do, but she does like vocal looping, and I think she was using like a salt can or something. And I was like, I could do that. That's so cool. And so yeah, I took it to Denmark, and the time difference is off there, so I stayed in the attic of the house that I was at, and everyone's sleeping. And every single night for the whole entire month, I like slept through the whole days, and every night I was just up the whole night playing with it, tapping pencils on it, and making just new stuff, and being organic and figuring out the ins and outs of it without the manual. So that was really cool. It was
Yeah.
really cool.
Do you still have some of that material?
Yeah, I do. I totally do. There's like up to 100 songs you can have on here, and so I try to preserve the ones, but I mean, I'm hitting 100.
That's awesome. Yeah. And so you worked with different producers on this album or EP. Can you talk about some of those producers and how you met them?
Yes. Oh, I have such a special love for both of them. Wilmore, DJ Wilmore, and Antro are both the producers of Bloom. And Upi I met at More Music at the More. He's the son of Jay Moore, Seattle legend. So Upi, me, and Romero Francois, who's another Seattle artist, we just like hit it off automatically, like all three of us, and like everyone kind of hit it off, but it was just like we like became family. And so me and Upi have been friends ever since then. And he's incredibly talented. And but that's not actually how I started. I started with Antro, and Antro I got connected with through a friend at Sound Off. One of the bands that competed was Cruise, and the lead singer's name is Tom. And Tom and I made some music, but he kept telling me like I have this best friend named Antro who's really talented. And I was like, yeah, like, send me his information. So we kind of e-met, and it was email, and he kept sending me these songs, and I was like, what? Like, you're so fantastic. You're like the new Robert Glasper. Like, what? You're so amazing. And I was like, I had to work with you. And so Dandelion was actually the first one that I wrote from Bloom, and I wrote it like last February. And then, I kept writing some stuff here and there, but mostly like the summers when it all came together. Upi started sending me beats, and I like heard the transition of production, basically. I was like, okay, so Upi's very like, I don't know, just like his percussion was so infectious, and Antro's like melodies were so crazy in the way that he's just like a musician, like very obviously you could tell that through all his music. So I was like, okay, let's see if I could bridge this together. And that's really kind of what
So is the EP a collaboration of you using your looping station and the production?
No, actually, the loop station is not involved in this EP. This was like my first EP not using the loop, and but I perform with it, and I produce myself, so I've done a couple of tracks and stuff like that. But this was my first
cool.
EP. It was really great.
Are there any producers that you want to work with in the future?
I mean, I love Timbaland, so Timbaland's always goals.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
Kate Trinata, also a lot of like local people, Sango, Jake One.
Yeah,
they're fantastic, and I have they're cool with me. So hopefully we can get something.
I saw that you have a track with Bean One. I thought that was so cool.
Yeah, I love Bean.
I love him too.
He's a gem, really.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And you have one with Luna God too, right? Yeah. Cool.
Again, like such great people. Like,
totally great.
Yeah.
Before we move into you performing more, can you talk about your songwriting process and what that's like?
Yes. Well, this EP was pretty unique as far as songwriting. When I came up with the concept of it, I had just come back from LA, and I was top lining, which is basically where you're hired to write to already certified beats for other artists, for mainstream artists. And so I was working with a couple major labels and, making songs that were like, radio hits. And so I came back home, and when I came back, I felt like I was just, I don't know, something was missing, or I needed something. And when I was in LA, I started taking pictures of flowers and all that stuff and whatever. And so I just started thinking about things differently, I guess, as far as songwriting. And I started taking more walks and like looking around and looking at nature and feeling like, wow, I'm so kind of lost in this time of like after high school, but I wasn't going to college. And I just didn't, or I could have gone to college, I just didn't know. And so I felt like a flower. Like I felt like I was really blooming, and I started writing like that. And it was very different for me. And I normally like write suggested things about what's going on in my life. And like, if I'm hurt, I'll write a song that's like, I'm sad or whatever. But this was like a super, super personal, super personal project for me. Like Poppies, for example, talks about how I don't do the dishes and how I run late everywhere and my phone battery dies. And like, I came here late with my phone battery like dead. So it's super me. And just bearing all that was new for me. So, but a very beautiful process, and I'm very proud of it. Yeah.
I noticed on your Facebook page that you have a screenshot of your album cover, and you have 16% on your phone. Yeah,
probably. Honestly, that's really a lot for me. Like the 10% is normally where it says that.
I have a portable battery charger for myself.
Yep.
What is your favorite flower?
My favorite flower actually is the bleeding heart, which they're very rare and they're really pretty, but there's like a line, and then there's these little hearts that come out of it. It looks like hearts. So, yeah, and that's the funny thing. I'm not even like super into flowers, but I just felt like one. You know, and
I understand
the growing and the
Cool. Well, we should hear more from Bloom.
Yeah.
You're listening to Parisalexa live on KEXP.
Fall into Alice in the rabbit hole, calling you down, down, down like a parachute. If I fall, ain't gon' fall into Alice in the rabbit hole, calling you down, down, down like a parachute, like a hole in the ground. If I fall, ain't gon' fall into Alice in the rabbit hole, calling you down, down, down like a parachute, like a hole in the ground, fall in love with you. I fall, ain't gon' fall into Alice in the rabbit hole, calling you down, down, down like a parachute, like a hole in the ground, fall in love with you. I can see you different now, change the way you've been getting down. If I'm honest, I'm about it. Don't tell nobody, probably look like a fool out loud. Don't act like you're brand new, what's up? I look stupid and you look dumb, but then if I was the only one. Lately I've been battling, fighting these feelings for you, baby. You, baby. And I've been trying to get myself together, but it's making me look crazy. Yeah, yeah. Oh, and I wish I had the upper hand, but you got me stuck in la 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 land. And it'd be a miracle for you to get me to admit I'm being crazy, just cause I want you to be my man. Look, see, I ain't gonna tell you what you can't take. I can take it to the grave, slip up, slip out my mistake. I hope you reciprocate, but that's the only way it's ever gonna see the light of day. Never ever gonna hear me say this ain't love, and there just must be no other way. I can tell you I'm thinking about you like every night and day. I cannot move my pride and tell you what's inside, that I love you, but I'm too afraid that I'll give you everything that I have and you want. You walk away. No, I won't be the fool today. So instead I'll say, if I fall, ain't gon' fall in. Alice in the rabbit hole, calling. Ooh, I finally gon' fall into Alice in the rabbit hole, calling you down, down, down like a parachute, like a hole in the ground, fall in love with you. I finally gon' fall into Alice in the rabbit hole, calling you down, down, down like a parachute, like a hole in the ground. I've been
Parisalexa on Audio Oasis on KEXP.
I remember what you said to me. Looked me in the eyes and told me lies and said that I never meant anything at all to you. Never thought that it was meant to be. So it wasn't like a heartbreak, just a mistake. Thought that we were friends at least, but I mean that's something that friends don't do. Why would you diminish it, my significance? Don't you owe it to the memory, to be honest? But we haven't been playing by the rules, I guess, so I'ma do it back to you. Now I got a deadheaded. You had me feeling pathetic. Your energy was negative. I ain't sweating over you. No. Now I got a deadheaded. You had me feeling pathetic. I gotta cut you off so next year I can yeah. You're such an opportunist. I don't know what I'm saying, you already knew this. That's just the way you operate, that's how you do shit. Probably do what you did to me too, no. So telling you is useless. I got a new man and he teaching me some new tricks. You're trying to blow out burning bridges, I'm like deuces. You better hold on what you got before you lose. I gotta take it. Yeah. You have me feeling pathetic. Yeah. Your energy was negative. I ain't sweating over you. No. Now I gotta take it. You have me feeling pathetic. I had to cut you off so next year I can I had to cut you off, cut you off. I gotta cut you off, I gotta cut you off so next year I can go. Yeah, I gotta cut you off, you gotta cut it, you off, I gotta cut it off. So next year I can blow. I got a deadhead. I can't let it grow. Boy, I gotta let you know that I gotta let you go.
You're listening to live music by Parisalexa here on Audio Oasis on KEXP. And I just want to acknowledge that the windstorm sound in Deadhead. So if you turn it up really, really loud, it's a fun audio visual thing.
Yeah, I like when I heard the song, the beat that was already in it. Yeah. And I was like, ooh, this is like a gloomy. I was like, I have to be salty for this one. So, I wait.
I mean, you pulled it off. It's really great.
Thank you.
Yeah, the whole EP is really fun to listen to. I mean, I know it's not fun. They're not all fun themes,
no,
but it's just your voice is great.
Thank you.
The whole thing is just, I'm just really happy that you have something out.
Yeah,
like
me
that,
too, right?
Know? Yeah.
Everyone, I've always been the infamous, like, oh, but you got to catch her. Like, you got to catch her live. Yeah. But now I got some stuff.
And the other thing is, I know that you love Mariah Carey.
I do like Mariah Carey.
And so, yes. I guess in the same way, it's fun to listen to her music. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like, making like Mariah, it was pretty cool. And actually, one of my choreographers that I work with actually danced with her. So I have that plug to, I could just, I'm like, hey, do you feel like Mariah too? Like, hey, Mariah. Like, yeah. So I might exercise that at some point.
Yeah, it's cool that you have a choreographer.
Who knows? I mean, I might start dancing live, but I'm definitely gonna get a band together. But cool. Eventually I'll get some movement in there.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
Cool. So you're a former Sound Off participant.
Yes.
And KEXP has a really great relationship with Mopop and Sound Off. And I thought that this might be a chance to ask what kind of advice you have for semifinalists for Mopop or for Sound Off.
Okay, so semifinalists. Don't get freaked out. I don't know. I know there's a long time between the semifinals and especially depending on what round you are, but either way, it's a long time between the round and like the final. And I would just say practice making your performance as original as possible. Like make it your own. Do things that like you're waiting for the moment where like, oh, I'll do this then. That's the then. Like if it's moving around the stage, for me it was moving around the stage because I used to just stay right here. And but moving around the stage, interacting with the audience, if you want to do, play the drums real quick, like that's the time to do it. So pull out all the stops and have fun. It's not that serious. Meet the other competitors as well, because when I did Sound Off, my round was Travis Thompson, who's like one of my great friends right now, and the ones who beat me, Cosmos, they're also one of my great friends. So, and like I said, I wouldn't have met, Antero or any of this stuff. So make sure you get acquainted with everyone.
Great. And do you have a music video coming out or anything?
Yeah, I do. I have a music video coming out for a song that hasn't come out yet. So I might do a little visual for Bloom, while it's still hot. But definitely, I got some stuff coming on under wraps, but it'll be pretty tight.
Looking forward to it.
Thanks.
Thank you so much for coming to the show.
Thanks for having me.
For performing. You're really, really great.
Thank you so much.
You've been listening to live music by Parisalexa here on Audio Oasis 90.3 KEXP Seattle.
Discover new music at listener-powered KEXP.org.